Hello and welcome to ShareScope. In this video, what I want to explore is migrating your portfolios, but specifically those which are in a multi-currency format. Now, the reason I want to explore this is because multi-currency portfolios are, I suppose, unique to Legacy ShareScope. In new ShareScope, you're not going to have that multi-currency portfolio environment, so it's worth exploring what your options are. So in Legacy ShareScope, what you want to do is go into the File menu, and then click on Migrate Portfolios to New ShareScope. You're going to see this dialog appear on screen. Click the Begin button, and that takes you into our migration tool. And looking at the pink box on the bottom corner, you're going to click that Start button to proceed. Now, this is the first portfolio that comes up. This is a single currency portfolio. Everything in here is in pound sterling. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to mark that portfolio as OK, and that's going to include that portfolio in the migration. If I didn't want to include this particular portfolio, I could instead click on Don't Export. So you've got both options there. Let's click on Mark OK, and then click on Next to move to the next portfolio. So this is my multi-currency portfolio. So I've got transactions in here which are in pound sterling and in US dollars. And there's a few options available to me. So I could export everything as a single portfolio, and I'd specify what portfolio currency I'd want to use. Now, ShareScope's able to apply currency conversions to any of the transactions it needs to, so it will take care of that for you. Now, the option I want to explore today is where I opt to split the portfolio into two. So this is going to be really handy if I want to maintain all of that transactional data in the native currencies. Let's click on OK and see what happens. So ShareScope's now split my portfolio data. This is the pound sterling portion of the portfolio, and I'm going to mark that as OK. And then clicking on Next, I now get visibility on the US dollar portion of the portfolio. You can see on screen all of that information is in US dollars. I'm going to mark that as OK as well. And then proceed into the final portfolio. This is actually a group portfolio, so it's combining all of that data into one place. Click on Mark OK as well. And ShareScope detects that I've made a decision on all of those portfolios. So now I can click on Yes to proceed to the upload. And you'll want to input your new ShareScope login credentials. This just ensures your data is securely transferred to your new ShareScope account. I'll click on Export. And the migration has completed. Well, it's half completed. Let's look at new ShareScope. Okay, so once you're in new ShareScope, you're going to go to that options menu on the top corner. You're going to click on Import Legacy ShareScope Data, and then click on Import Portfolios. Right, I'm going to click on that Select All button. Okay, and I'll import selected. And all of that data has come across. Let's take a quick look at that. So I'll bring up the My Portfolios environment, and I'll start with this, which is the pound sterling portion of my multi-currency portfolio. So you can see on the green side, you've got all the transaction data there in pound sterling. Looking at the US dollar portion of the data, you can see on the transactions view that's in US dollars. And I've maintained a group portfolio environment, so I can still see all of that transaction data in one place. And that's it. You should now be able to move your multi-currency portfolios over to new ShareScope using the method that works best for you. If you need our assistance with migrating your data, please do pick up the phone or send an email to our support team, who are available Monday to Friday from 8 AM to 5:30 PM. And I'll put the contact information in the video description.